Let's see what's going on in the world today. Reciprocal tariffs. China, 34%. Japan, 24. Korea, 25. We got to talk about this, folks. Basically, what this means is any statues that we buy now from China are going to have a 34% increase in price. To put that in hindsight, if I buy a $2,000 Prime 1/3 Terminator statue, it's now going to have a $640 tariff charge, which I can guarantee you Prime 1 is going to pass off to us collectors. They are not going to just eat it. Now, there's two ways this is going to go about. They're either just going to increase the shipping cost $640 to counter effect it, or the statue prices will increase. The thing is, there's already a lot of statues that have gone up for pre-order, like the Terminator 1/3, for example, like the Blitzways that are 2K. They gave me an estimated shipping cost when I initially pre-ordered it. Now that estimated shipping cost is going to increase $640. So instead of, let's say, $250 to ship it, they're going to say it's $1,000 to ship it. You watch. That is what it's going to happen. And all future statues that are now going to go up for pre-order are just going to be 34% increased in price. Now, here is how this is going to affect the statue community, in my opinion. Now, hopefully this is a short-term plan by Trump to renegotiate the tariffs that China's placing on us, because they're charging US 67%. So this is just a reciprocal tariff, which in hindsight does make sense. We should be charged. If they're charging us 67%, we need to charge them. But of course, it's going to hurt consumers drastically because the costs are all going to be passed off onto us. The companies, they have to make their profits, present it to the board and this and that. So it's just going to be passed off to us consumers, which also means, though, that consumers are going to be buying less. Because if a $2,000 statue now costs me $3,000, that's a huge deal. That is a lot of extra money to be buying statues. So I do believe that if this is a long-term thing, we're going to see a 70% drop in people collecting statues, maybe higher, 70 to 85% of people are just going to get out of collecting. It's just going to be simply too expensive. Statues are already extremely expensive to begin with, very expensive. To tack on 34%, in addition, Prime 1 generally raises the price quite drastically every quarter. So a 1/3 now, which is $2,000, is now going to be $3,000. Shipping will be increased. It could end up being $4,000 for a 1/3 scale statue, which nobody's going to be paying that unless you're just ultra rich. So I definitely see a huge drop in people buying statues. I've spoken to some retailers. They say Sideshow's already been charging them. They're now not even making profit. They're actually losing money. And he told me if this continues, they'll all be out of business soon. Sideshow could go out of business. All U.S. retailers could. They might start running with people's money. I mean, it is getting a very dangerous game right now. And it's got me extremely worried and hesitant to buy anything. Unless it's in stock and ready to ship, I don't know if I'm going to buy another statue. I will not pre-order. Even from Prime 1, I'm scared. It is going to be crazy. I'm hoping this is a short-term strategy by the Trump administration to just decrease tariffs on, other things. But it definitely is going to drastically affect us collectors, without a doubt. I myself, let's talk about what will happen to Flankster. So, as you guys know, I have multiple statues on pre-order. There's also some I have not pre-ordered yet. I just made space for more statues. I wanted to obviously get Kratos 1/3, which I do have on pre-order. I have not pre-ordered Wukong Bust. I do have Final Fantasy VII on pre-order. So I was considering buying the Penetrator statue today. It's in stock. Found it for a decent price. I'm contemplating if I should buy that or save my money and just spread out the statues better. Because this is a little tight. I could spread this out into this display. I was even thinking of moving Horizon Zero Dawn out into that display, moving Halo and Gears in there, and just spreading those 5 statues out to make it more spacious. So I don't have to actually buy any statues there. I mean, I could, yes, still put a statue there. I could put that Kratos, for example. Like, he should probably go down there. Because I'll need space top shelf. Also, I could put Ellie and Abby down low. But I am considering just like only doing Final Fantasy VII, Kratos 1/3, Wukong Bus, and Stellar Blade, and that's it. Just those three. I was gonna buy the Wukong like half scale 1/3, but now I'm like, should I? I'll have a 34% increase in price. It's $1,000. Now it's $1,340, which is still a good price. But I'm definitely highly considering like what I'm pre-ordering now, or like just in general ordering. Like I don't want to pre-order. I want to buy it once it's in stock, because I don't want to get, frankly, scammed and screwed over. And we just don't know the future at this point. So I am definitely extremely hesitant on anything I'm going to order from now on. And of course, the price increase definitely is going to make me reconsider several statues. I'd really like to hyper drive my statue collection to finishing. Which, I mean, I have to get the Terminator 1/3s. Those are without a doubt a must-have. The Hellboy final 2 statues plus the Tooth Fairy. Like, those are a must-have. And then this room is complete. I mean, yes, I do want Pinhead 1/3, Selene 1/3. But if there's a massive price increase, I could forego those. We got KD Goku vs. Vegeta, Gandalf Ultimate, and Gollum Bus, which are both actually set to ship this month. And then we got the video game statues. Now, I could theoretically also just move Zelda in here. I could throw Zelda in that display. It would fit. And then I could move Avengers back to the way it was before, where I could actually view it good. I could definitely fit. I mean, at a minimum, Zelda could go right there and take part of this. You know, like that. I could definitely fit Zelda. I don't know if I could fit I know I could fit Link, Ganon, and Princess Zelda in one shelf, but I don't know about Kid Link as well. But I could consider bringing Zelda back in here as part of the video game display. So it is something I am considering as well. So I'm definitely thinking like maybe just pass on Penetrator, don't get an Elden Ring. If I keep the display as is, then I could just move Zelda in, get FF7, Wukong Bus, Kratos 1/3, J&D Stellar Blade. And definitely going to have to pass on the Neytiri Bus if there's a 34% increase on that. Because I'm not going to pay, that's already a $6,000 bust, which is uber expensive. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to pay another 34% on top of that, plus shipping costs. Then you're looking at $8,000. That is just too much. Tooth much, really. Tooth much. So, yeah, I definitely think these tariffs hopefully are very short term, but as of right now, if all of a sudden I get shipping notice of Endoskeleton and it's $1,000 shipping, I'm going to be pissed. If this is long term, I definitely see the statue world within 2 years being decimated and no longer here. Which, I mean, I still want to get out of statue collecting. Just the addiction, the amount of money, there's other things I'd like to pay for. My collection, I mean, theoretically, I could stop collecting right now and just spread my collection out. Although I do need a T1000 1/3 at a minimum. But I still want to get all the statues I just mentioned, but I'm going to be very hesitant to like ordering random ass stuff like I've done before, especially with the giant tariff tacked on top. So it is a shame, but our statue days may be dwindling, folks, if these tariffs are a permanent thing. Because a 34% increase plus your typical just inflation increase, shipping increases, statues are going to just be only for the ultra rich, or just they'll be out of business. There won't be enough people buying to justify the cost. And there's no way Sideshow or other companies are going to have a US factory, because then the cost would increase even further. Like I would see like at least 100% increase in cost. Statues would be more than double the cost they are now if they built in the US. So even with a tariff, it'll still be cheaper to build in China, but with that tariff, so many people are going to just not collect anymore. So it's definitely going to be a huge thing on us collectors. Now, outside of collecting, I don't buy too much. I mean, I just buy like food. So the tariffs don't affect me outside of collecting. So definitely collecting, though, it is going to affect us dramatically, folks. So I'm definitely scared for the future of statue collecting. I just want to get the final statues. Also Resident Evil 4 and Lady D. Lady D is set to ship apparently end of May. I don't know why it's taking that long. She released 8 months ago, but that's the cost I had to pay because I went through a U.S. retailer. But yeah, that is just my 2 cents on the matter. Having spoken with a U.S. retailer on the matter, some other collectors, I am no expert on this. I will say I'm no expert. My brothers, the Sharks, were telling me they think the tariffs are a really bad idea and it could lead us into a Great Depression. Because that's what happened in the last Great Depression is there was a tariff war and it caused the Great Depression. So hopefully this is just a short-term thing and it will be rescinded within a few months, and maybe China lowers their 67% on US to 50%, and then we lower ours back to normal, and then it doesn't affect us. But in the short time, I'm going to be very hesitant on anything I buy. So I'm highly considering just moving Zelda in a garage shelf, raising them back up, and then not buying Penetrator and any future video game statues, really just the Final Fantasy, Resident Evil stuff, and the top shelf here, and then we're good. I'm really considering that, just very hesitant. Even though I make more money now, I still have to watch what I spend. It's not like I have an unlimited budget. I still have to be very careful, because I never know if all of a sudden one day randomly I'm let go at my job, and all of a sudden, I lived a very expensive lifestyle, now I have no money income. So... Plus, I think the secondhand market for statues will probably also decrease even further because people will just not want to get in the hobby. Like, yeah, I don't want that temptation. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of these tariffs. How do you think it will affect us? Is Flankster wrong? Or do you think this could potentially help us? Or maybe there's experts out there on the economy and tariffs. I am no expert by any means, but from what I've been talking to a U.S. retailer, they think the statue days, like all companies will be out of business within a year if these tariffs remain. Let me know what you think. See you in the next one.